So what did you have on?
Nothing.
All right, all right. Gotta ask. Gotta ask. Gotta
But it was
ask.
really cool because it's like when I was first told that I was going to shoot for them, like I got really nervous because I heard nothing. But then when I did a little bit of digging and research, I realized that they have like two different moods that you can choose, like a lighter background or a darker one. I chose a darker one and it brings out like this sensual side of you, and it they give you like a red like a chiffon drape. So like they drape you in certain ways, but you can kind of still see everything. But you come out with like a different love for your body, like you see yourself in a whole new light because there's no hiding when you got nothing on you.
Right,
It's
right.
all out there.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Calvin Child Show. Today I have Samantha. She's a model from New York City, right?
Yes,
New York
sir.
City.
Thank you for
Okay.
having me.
Sure. Thank you. How are you today?
So far so good. How's your day going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Now I know New York, right? Let's get ready to it. Has five boroughs. What are those boroughs called,
Mhm.
and which one you live in?
All right, so now the five boroughs we got Harlem, well, we got the Bronx, we got Brooklyn, we got Queens, we have Staten Island, which people don't like to jack too much. The problem is, I'm from Long Island. So technically, I'm not allowed to say I'm from New York City. But I'm from New York, so not too much. I could walk to Queens. I'm right on the borderline of it. I'm right there. And then the Bronx. I'm pretty sure I forgot that one.
Okay, and for those who don't know, to my understanding, Queens is like near the water. Is a really nice beach out there in Queens, right? Am I right?
You got some options. Yeah. Queens not too
Okay,
shabby.
okay. So did you ever do any photo shoots on that beach or any of those beaches out there?
No. Now the problem with New York is like I love New York summers, but the winters get real bad real fast. Like it's like a blink of an eye. And when I do like beach shoots, I like to travel abroad to do so because it got clearer waters. I love us, but like, we're not known for swimming and such stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh, is that so? So where did you go to do these beach shoots?
Well, I really love like Caribbean type vibes. So like, you got to manifest certain things. I'm trying to do a couple shoots in the DR, Puerto Rico, Jamaica. There's five little saints, St. Thomas, St. Vincent, St. Croix. It don't matter, but island gal.
So are you from? You have any Caribbean in you? You got any Caribbean blood in you? Okay,
Yeah,
so
and both
so
my parents are Haitian.
so that makes you Haitian.
Absolutely.
Okay, okay. So, what's your take on what's going on right now in Haiti? Like, or is that you have family out there? I know it's a tough situation.
It's
Want to talk
dangerous.
about
It's
that?
very unfortunate. Can't speak English. I've never been to Haiti, which is really like the year that I was supposed to go, we had an earthquake. Right now that there's a lot of things going on with like the government, so it's just not safe. But we used to be called like the pearl of the island. We are a very beautiful place. My family is more from the countryside, and then Port-au-Prince is like the capital. But I have like family still there. They're okay, but you just pray for them.
Okay, okay. So let's talk about modeling. All right. Now that
Hmm.
we kind of got warmed up. All right. So would we say that you're a runway model or a model for the camera or both?
I am very versatile. I would definitely say both.
Which one do you think you excel in the most?
Um, I feel like I always come with a student mentality. So I'd like to say that I'm just continuously getting better. I just always want to be better than my last shoot or project. But yeah, I think both of them have like
Okay.
their own like pros.
Me being a photographer, I
Hmm.
know that each type of thing brings a different type of energy. I'm saying the photo shoot, the model brings a certain type of energy because she's about to get her pictures taken, what she's thinking,
Yeah.
what she's going through. And then when it's runway, it's a whole different person comes out. So what person comes out on the runway and what person comes out on the photo shoot?
Well, I feel like it's a collaborative effort between this like three parts. You have the photographer, the designer slash stylist, and then like your own alter ego, right? So it's like depending on what, like for a photo shoot, for example, depending on what I have on, I feel like you're gonna get a different side of Sam. On a runway, I'm not able to really showcase my entire full personality because it's not really technically about me. I'm selling the clothes. I'm trying to sell whatever garment I have on. So I go really based on the designer. So it's like a give and a take.
So the beast is only going to come out when the clothes is a beast.
That
Okay.
beast always got to be on.
All right. All right. Okay. I got you. I got you. So what do you like better? I guess photo shoots or runway.
I think, and that's what I mean by it's like a duality because they both have so much like fun quality. So, for example, like for both things, I love the getting ready. Like, I love getting dolled up. I love figuring out like what that outfit is going to be. On the runway, it's an adrenaline rush. Like, the second I'm at the end of that stage and I get that countdown of like, turn it on. And you know what? It's over so quickly that it's like, you just want to do it again. For a photo shoot, I absolutely love like the freedom of it all. Like, it's just, it can be a creative shoot, an editorial. It depends on what you're shooting, but I love the opportunity that you have to really kind of like play with things.
Okay. So tell me about your last photo shoot. What was unique about it? What was different about it? Go ahead and elaborate on that.
Oh, sure. So the very last photo shoot I did, I was shooting with a gentleman, and his name is Marquise Black. He's originally from Ohio, I believe. I met him during like New York Fashion Week. Well, I've been shooting so
All right.
much lately. I'm going to speak about that photo shoot first since I'm already
All
on
right.
it. That photo shoot was amazing because it wasn't a location shoot. We were at the Bronx right underneath a train station. And it was like really cool, like old school, like Black Power type of vibes. But at the same time, it was like edgy, raw, like be yourself, but like, that edge to it. But my most recent photo shoot was actually with Nouveau Studios. It was like this very like self-empowering woman, like elegant boudoir type of shoot. And like I recommend everyone try it one day. I will say like, it was je ne sais quoi. Yeah.
Okay. 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 So what did you have on? Let-
Nothing.
all right. All right. Gotta ask. Gotta ask. Gotta
But it was
ask.
really cool because it's like when I was first told that I was going to shoot for them, like I got really nervous because I heard nothing. But then when I did a little bit of digging and research, I realized that they have like two different moods that you can choose, like a lighter background or a darker one. I chose a darker one, and it brings out like this sensual side of you, and they give you like a red, like a chiffon drape. So like they drape you in certain ways, but you can kind of still see everything. But you come out with like a different love for your body. Like you see yourself in a whole new light because there's no hiding when you got nothing on.
Right.
It's
Right.
all out there
So was it just shots from the front or the back or the side or
everywhere.
just
I'm trying all angles, all ups, downs. There's literally everything. I was like, all right,
all right? So my last question about this was you standing up or laying down?
both. Trying to tell you, those pictures will be loading. Some of them, not all of them, but
Okay. All right.
they are. It's a beautiful experience.
So all right. This last photo shoot where you were doing the power thing, you want to talk about that a little bit, like where?
Yeah, so there was a couple of models on set. It was me and maybe like in totality, maybe like six, seven, or eight of us. I can't necessarily count off the top of my head, but the designer is like it's like he's bringing streetwear, but like a luxury feel to it. What I love about his looks is like, for one, you could tell that it's like great quality clothes, and then it's just very like it's like everyday wear, but at the same time, something that you're not gonna really see. So
What's the
yeah.
designer's name?
His name is Marquise Black.
Okay, Marquise Black. So he had like a, you say, edgy streetwear, I think you said. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I like how he styles his pieces because even if like I had this this red, black, and white like striped shirt, and it had like a Panther logo on it. It was like a collared long sleeve shirt. If you saw the piece by itself, you would think like, oh, that's just a really cool shirt. But what I love about the designer, it's also how he styles his pieces. That kind of when it all comes together is just like different.
Okay, okay, okay. So tell me about the last fashion show you ran.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw you on the runway in some of your photos. I mean, okay.
Yeah, I love a good runway. I'm prepping for some shows right now. I have executive producer. His name is Levy Paul. He has a show potentially coming up on the 6th. I am prepping for a designer. His name is Ty Benzo. He's going to have a couple of designers for his show that he's walking. And then I have another production for Marquise Black on the 29th. The last one that I walked, I'm trying to remember because life is really blurring together. But I believe the last show that I did was for, no, that was a photo shoot for Levy Paul. Yeah, I'm blurring. I'm pretty sure it was Marquise. Yeah. but
So tell me the strangest place you ever did a fashion show, or where you ever had to walk for a fashion show. Let me rephrase that.
I've had
In,
strange,
in,
well,
in
not strange.
alley shows, rooftop shows, dungeon shows, old abandoned
Mhm.
shows.
Boy, those do exist, believe it or not. I got invited to like a yacht show once. That seemed like it was gonna be fun, but in my head, immediately I was like, well, I'm gonna have to find a different level of balance if I'm gonna be on a moving boat to do a show like that. But I had walked the Brooklyn Bridge. That one was tiring, but the shots came out beautifully. So I have like a certain unconventional places, the Hudson Yards, at like Pier 5, I believe, in the city. Random but fun.
Right.
Different.
So tell me about. Hold on, you tell me you walked the Brooklyn Bridge on the show, or you just was like walking? Like, come on, you got to
It
give me
was like
more
a
info.
combination. That one was like a shoot, but like it had like moving parts. The photographer was also like a videographer, so he wanted like different vibes. That was only hard because when you shoot at these places that aren't necessarily in studio, you have to remember all the other moving parts around you. So it's like I'm trying to get my shots and my walk in, and you have that person who's like, "Hey, like who wants to be on camera?" And it's like now I got to do this all over again because you want it to be seen. But
All right. So since we talking about walking,
uh-huh.
where do you tell them to stop? And what inch heel? 6, 5, 4, 7. What inch you say? All right, this is my cutoff right here. Three
Yeah.
inches, 2 inches, sneakers. Come on.
Well, for me, the sky is the limit. I absolutely love a heel. Like I've
6,
walked
7.
in heels like they were sneakers. You could give me 2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 8, 10. I'm gonna walk it all for you. I don't mind. But that's
All right.
just me.
You walking in some 10-inch heels. The weather gonna be different up where you at.
Oh, absolutely. Now it depends if it's a stiletto or a block heel or a wedge. There's different types of heels now. I will say
Because
that,
if it's a
but
low cloud, you might can't see. So you short 10 inches? You short 10 inches?
I
What
don't
you design?
mind.
You design
Definitely not afraid of heights. I just, sometimes you got to be prepared for it all.
okay, because sometimes the clouds fly low, so you might need to stick around 4 or 5 inches. All right, you just
Mhm.
saying that.
You would be surprised. It's all in like that's what I was saying. It depends on what type of like the actual heel is. Like, is it a stiletto, a pencil thin stiletto? I'm probably not gonna do 10 inches for you, but I might still try to get your photo with them for you.
Don't back down now. Don't back down now.
Right? Stand on business.
Exactly. So can you walk steps in the wheels? Because they have fashion shows where you gotta walk steps to get to the runway. You can walk steps in them.
Yeah, practice makes perfect. And you know what it is like, for example, when I would go out with like family and friends, like we would go for like a girls' day gallivanting in the city. Everybody else would be in sneakers. I'd be the one who's in my 6-inch heels because it's like, why not? The world is your fashion so I feel like the more practice that you do in them, you're not afraid. I could run, skip, cartwheel. I was at a shoot the other day and I was running and someone was like, "Oh my gosh, how are you running in those heels?" And I'm like, "Girl, you don't just run." Like it's okay.
Well, a lot of times when you're doing a fashion show, right?
Mm-hmm.
They say, "Look, I need to do something to your hair." Right. So what's the look on your face when they tell you that? Or are you just okay with it?
Now, when it comes to my hair, so I'm actually a brand ambassador for her name is B, but on Instagram she goes by House of Beauty. I could spell it different, but we kind of like make a collaborative effort because I do not play about my hair. Like one thing I will say, being a melanated queen, underneath these wigs, I have like that see break a comb if you don't got product in it, straight off the boat roots. Like
You got
I'm very
electrocuting energy up under
beautiful.
there.
I love my natural
Beautiful.
hair, but I don't play about her. You know what I mean? So I'm very, very grateful that I found B because what we do is like anytime I have a photo shoot or a runway show coming up, I just collaborate with whoever the executive producer or designer is and ask them what they want. And she could put anything on my head. I change my wig like every other week. So once I have the foundation, you could play with it all you want. It's not my hair. And I'm
So,
okay.
um, one of the things I'm going to be doing new is I'm going to be doing like
Mm-hmm.
a 5 or 10 second clip where you see like some pictures of the model and you know, at the
Mm-hmm.
end or somewhere in the interview. So, you know, you can always send me a couple photos. Now, so when we talking about hair, are we talking about um, styles that was just like off the chain? Like, you know, just like, was it big hair, small hair? You know, tell me about like something amazing that was different about
Mm-hmm.
your hair, you know?
Yeah, like what I will say about my stylist B is she specializes in colors. So like this is like a burgundy red type of color. I had a shoot, so she likes to we like to play with like length, colors, and like styles depending on like the part or so. And then from there, you know, whatever the designer wants, I can change it up. But I'll send you a couple of options so you can see what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
I
I
need I
got
need to
you.
see ops. Need to see the
Yeah,
options. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah. So you know, is there any cos if you had to cosplay, do some
Mm.
cosplay, you have to just kind of come up with a character for yourself for a photo shoot, who would that be?
I said tie, like I just did like this gray hair that like I'm obsessed with Storm. Like I feel like doing one. Sailor Moon, Poison Ivy. There's a couple.
So you know this is your chance to shout out to that team to put that together for that shoot. You know, team makeup artist, stylist. You
Yeah.
heard her. You know that's what she calling out for. So what's on the horizon? Like where are we going next? What's the next photo shoot plan? Or is
Mm-hmm.
it any elaborate spots or anything like that?
Yeah, well, I actually just came back from looking at Men's Fashion Week in Miami. That was really, really fun. I got a chance to network with a couple of the designers and stylists there for the stuff they got going on. But my immediate next project is going to be on the 29th with Marquise Black. It's like a runway show slash a production, as well as Levy Paul and Ty Benzo. Those are like my before the year ends kind of thing.
So how long have you been modeling?
I like to say my whole life, only because I've always loved the camera. I like just as soon as it comes out, I'm just like,
Okay, okay.
but
So outside of modeling, do you have any other hobbies? Not to say that modeling is a hobby.
no, it's okay. It's a valid question to ask. Well, outside of modeling, I'm a mommy. I have a 7-year-old at home, so I love to be with him, of course. I love to do yoga, gym life. Like if you were to follow me on IG, I'm in the gym at least 4 to 5 times a week minimum. Love yoga. I love walks. Like I find myself a hippie at heart. You can always catch me outside. I want to touch some grass, reading, roller skating, a whole bunch.
Okay, well, you know, I always like to spread the importance of yoga and to people, just art people in general. And, you know, I'm all in health and everything. So, with that being said, can you just tell people some of the benefits of yoga?
Oh yeah. So luckily I don't look like it. Amen for black don't crack. But at 29 years old, there are things that do crack when I stand up without stretching. That's not fun at all. So it's good to remain loose. It's good to just stay centered. It's fun to see like the new limits you could push your body to. Like when I first started yoga, the poses that I would look at like that now I'm closer to that I'm like, you know, the more you do it, the looser you get, the more in tune you feel, and just an appreciation for things that like other people can't. And if you're modeling, it's like hand in hand because sometimes they'll put you in these crazy poses that you got to hold. And I'm like, all right, thank goodness I stretched today.
All right, let me ask you some questions that
All right.
you might find a little funny, but these are going to be totally off the top of my head. People always say, "Man, where'd you get this stuff? Where these questions?"
That's
So
okay.
I'm going to go, and I'm gonna just let you go. All right,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram or TikTok?
Boy, I might have to say Instagram. I started there.
iPhone or iPad?
iPad. I do like a big screen.
All right, sneakers or shoes?
Sneakers,
Okay, okay. All right, belts or bras?
bras,
Okay, all right. Skirts or shorts?
skirts.
Skirts. Okay, all right. Basketball, football?
Neither.
Watching like you all right. So baseball, hockey, no, 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 no.
Uh,
So running or walking, if you prefer.
running.
So tell me about this rollerblade life. I mean, roller skating life, because I heard wheels, and I used to be a real big skateboarder many years ago.
I always wanted to like longboard and like get into the world of skateboarding like really bad. For some reason, the mechanics, like my brain and my feet, don't like to listen. But
Oh, let
when
me
it comes
rephrase
to
that. I was longboarder, not skateboarder. Longboarder. I was more in the
yeah, yeah,
downhill
yeah.
and stuff like
They're
that.
such cool boards though. Like I love longboarding. Like just watching it done is very cool.
Very dangerous too, but yeah,
It isn't all activities.
yeah.
But roller skating, it's funny because it's like when I was younger, I was not with it. Like for some reason I was just like, it seems like when you fall, it's gonna hurt, you're not gonna get back up. Like I was just like, And then there was a day that I went and it's like I was like, I think I got the hang of it a little bit, and it was like too addicting to stop. I consider myself like not a beginner, but not advanced. I'm like right before intermediate. I feel like I only can't call myself intermediate fully because I can't skate backwards. I can't do like the crossover, and none of the fun tricks. But I can go real fast. I can stop, and I can skate on a rink and like on like concrete streets. So
Yeah, I know in skateboarding, when you really get good, you learn how to fall. You can
yeah,
train yourself to fall. Is that the same thing with
yeah.
rollerblading? You can.
Yeah, I agree. Because I don't wear padding at all. But it's like once you have like the foundation down where it's like, never go backwards. That's never going to help. Keep your knees bent a little bit. And then it's like protecting the major points. Like if I'm falling, I'm never going to want to land on my elbows. Like, the safer spots. Yeah.
So so let's talk about Runway more. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're in the show, all right, is it common like are you one of the models that are really disgusted when it takes them a long time to get the show going? Because I've seen shows as a photographer, I'm backstage. I'm like the models is just sitting there waiting for to get their makeup because they're understaffed,
Mm-hmm.
their hair because they only got one hairstylist, or everybody seems to be late and shows don't start on time. What's your take on that whole experience?
Well,
Just
to
being
be
backstage as a model, like how do you get through it? Because I've never been the one where everything shows up and happens timely.
Well, it's understandable. I think that for me, I'm like, outside of modeling, I've always been someone who's extremely like understanding. I have a whole lot of patience. So for me, it kind of depends on the why we're getting like that. So if I know that I'm coming into a production and we're late because something that was like out of the person's control that happened, that I'm gonna be a little bit more lenient. If you're someone where I can tell, like, I'm backstage, it's disorganized, nobody can find the designer or stylist, walks somewhere else, I get a little like it's the OCD overwhelmed for me, where in my head I just make a mental note like, okay. But you do your one twos, you breathe, you meditate, I feel like that's the opportunity that I get to network. Like I always find like that fellow, how you can look at someone and have a full conversation without saying anything. Those are the moments where I find my tribe. I just look around like someone else got to be seeing this too. Like,
Right, right,
are we
yeah.
all here right now?
What's the longest you waited at a casting call?
I did a call for Jaded London. They were doing like this, like what's this name? It was I forget the artist, but it was like MGK Kids or whatever. It was like this throwback group that like was doing a collaborative effort with them. I stood outside on that New York City street for about 3.5 hours, and I was like right at the point where they're about to cut off the line. And luckily, like someone came around and was like, "Oh no, no!" Like they pulled us up front. But I felt bad because everyone that I was in line and behind me, like it was an open casting call. It started at 11 a.m. was supposed to end at 3 p.m. And anyone on that line still, and it wrapped for like a good 3 city blocks. It didn't matter. It was over for them. I felt bad.
That would be devastating. That's a whole lot.
Right? You wait all that time for nothing.
Yeah, you wait all the time. How about that? We just really having a conversation. This is kind of what we do and everything. So, what are you like? What are some of the things you're doing to make yourself a better model? Would you say?
Mm-hmm. I feel like practice makes perfect. So it looks weird to an outsider, but sometimes if I'm just like walking from point A to point B, no matter what shoes I have on, like I do that random practice of like keep your head up, fix your posture, the crossover walk. Sometimes I just walk around my house with heels for no reason just to make sure like if there's a show coming up that I can stand for long periods of time without looking like I'm in pain. And then I'm always like in my camera, like just learning like new angles. And because I changed my hair a lot in terms of like color, length, styles, I kind of have to know how to work it with whatever hair I got on and especially makeup. Because I'm normally a girly before my modeling. I don't put anything on my face. Like I have to go get my makeup done because I couldn't do it myself, even if you paid me. It's not, I'm gonna look like a clown. So it's also just learning to, be comfortable no matter what you got on, what you're wearing, what you look like. Confidence is key.
Who's your inspiration?
Oh, I got a couple. Like there are women who I feel like don't have to do much. For example, Zendaya is just so effortlessly beautiful. I can't even. There's certain people that I look at that I'm just like it's not fair. But my inspiration is just anyone who is authentically themselves, anyone who you can tell isn't like trying to be something that they're not. I love me some Rihanna. I love me some Cardi B. Like just people who are just literally themselves.
We're both like New Yorkers in a way, right? I mean, not really
She's from the
Rihanna.
Bronx.
Yeah. So, what designers or brands that you say, hey, you know what? I wouldn't mind working with you.
Well, it's like when Paris and Milan's Fashion Week was going on, there were so many. Like, I'm obsessed with Europe. Like, when they have their fashion weeks going on, I'm always like, can you put me in any designer over there? Just fly me out. Like, Shipperelli did his thing this last past fashion week. There's a lot. But even like Law Lux, I think his name's, yeah. Well, Law Roach. Yeah. I was supposed to call him Luxury Law. I don't know why the name luxury is stuck in my head right now. But there's certain designers that like you have stylists, designers, and just productions that I want to be a part of that I'm just manifesting for myself. And I'm going to work hard to get there, of course.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Is there is there anything you want to add to this interview? Anything you want to say?
Book me.
Where can they find you? You want to give them your manager or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. So, my manager, he goes by the name of Iconic. You can always reach out to me on my Instagram page. I feel like I'm extremely, what's the word, responsive there. I can't speak English today too, but that Instagram is going to be sam.r.nyc. You can always send me like an email, ferociouslyfemme@gmail.com. I pass it along to my manager, and he kind of handles everything from there.
Well, that's all we got for today. Thank you very
Hey,
much for your time.
of
Stick
course.
around. Hold on. Let me stop this. Yeah. So,
The podcast is brought to you by Runway Recycled.
so what did you have on?
Nothing.
All right, all right. Gotta ask. Gotta ask. Gotta
But it was
ask.
really cool because it's like when I was first told that I was going to shoot for them, like I got really nervous because I heard nothing. But then when I did a little bit of digging and research, I realized that they have like two different moods that you can choose, like a lighter background or a darker one. I chose a darker one, and it brings out like this sensual side of you, and it they give you like a red like a chiffon drape. So like they drape you in certain ways, but you can kind of still see everything. But you come out with like a different love for your body. Like you see yourself in a whole new light because there's no hiding when you got nothing on. You it's
Right,
it's
right.
all out there.